Hi folks, it's Chuck again with the Winking Pig Barbecue, and I've got several of you folks that have been watching my videos for the past several months. In fact, a little over 14 months ago I started the project of building this smoker that's sitting behind me, and I started out with an old rusty 275 gallon fuel oil tank. And so for the past 14 months I've been working on this project that has kind of morphed and grown along the way. And when I started, I had no clue what I was doing totally, because when I first started I didn't even know how to weld other than what I had seen on YouTube. So, you know, by a combination of YouTube and trial and error, I learned to do some welding. In fact, I never had welded a wire feed weld joint on anything until I started welding onto this smoker behind me. And if you know where to look, you can find some pretty darn bad welds on this. I mean, functional but ugly. Let's just put it that way. Functional but ugly welds on this smoker, if you know where to look. Thankfully, they're kind of in a place that, unless you're pretty tall, you can't see them all, because those were the first welds were. As I went along, I think I got pretty good with it, actually, and I'm pretty satisfied. I'm very satisfied with the final outcome of everything. So, last Friday, I finally got the last piece of this puzzle, for the most part, all put together. So I'm going to back off, get behind the camera, and take you on a little tour, a short tour of everything that I've got put together here, and reasonings for what I've done, and let you see what's going on with it, because it's getting time now to take everything that I've been doing for the past 14 months and see if I can't earn $1 or $2 out of the thing. And not by selling it. Selling it has never been the intention. In fact, it'd be pretty hard to buy, because how would you know, I've got 9 months worth of labor built into this project as far as everything is concerned. You know, 9 months, actually, you know, over 14, but a lot of that, about 4 months of that, it was the winter, and I don't come out here and work on frozen steel very much unless I absolutely had to, and I didn't have to in this situation. I'm not a big fan of winter, and I'm not a big fan of being cold. I'd much rather be out here in the summertime, like right now, listening to the cicadas sing at me and sweating. I'd much rather be sweating than freezing any day. But I live here in Indiana, and we have all 4 seasons around here, and it gets pretty darn cold sometimes in the winter. And just have to put up with that, but I don't have to put up with it outside. So at any rate, without any further blabbering on by me, let me get turned around and get behind the camera and show you what we've got going on here. Alright folks, so last Friday I had this canopy delivered from Amazon, and man, I am ecstatic with this thing. It's nice and strong, and has a center pole up here that has a hand crank right here to allow you to, it extends the center pole, which tightens up the canopy and helps you keep from water from pooling on the side panel, or you know, the slopes of the canopy. And then this thing is the Pro version, and instead of square poles, it's got these hexagon poles here. And it's got these heavy-duty scissors scissor pieces, I call them, go across. And I was really wanting a canopy that has this center pull. A lot of them have, I don't know what to call it. They go from the corners up to the center, and they're just weak. I had one before, and they just don't hold up to the wind at all. Whereas these, you can see these cross pieces in the center that go from side to side, and that adds a lot of strength to the center sides of these canopies from the wind blowing on them, which is what destroyed my last one, because it buckled here in the center because it did not have these cross pieces from side to side in the center. This makes it way stronger. And so I'm telling you, if you're in the market for a canopy, I highly recommend this type of construction on the canopy. Don't waste your $70 or so, which is what you can find a cheap canopy for, and just buy a good canopy. Now this one is an ABC, and this is a Pro model, and I got this one from Amazon. And I'm going to venture into something totally different here. 3 years ago, I began investing in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, which is the king of the cryptocurrencies, and it actually helped me to pay for some of this stuff. And without having done that, I would not have been able to buy all these products, especially this canopy and the sink that I manufactured over here. If you've been following along with the sink build, it is all completed again. If you've been following along, you know. And so there it is, a hand wash sink, a wash, a rinse, and a sanitizer sink. Okay, we got, just regular garbage can back there. Oh, going back to the sink, the white bucket is fresh water. The battery is to run the 12-volt pump, which is up under here. And then we got a propane hot water heater right here. And as soon as you turn on the hot water, it turns on and runs propane. It only uses 2 D-cell batteries to operate. And it puts out hot enough water you do not want to keep your hand up underneath there. So I'm ecstatic with the way everything has turned out on that. Again, got it completed. Got some storage shelves here, and I bought this plastic dish pan, which is what it's called, and that is actually for sanitizer water. Code says that all your utensils and stuff have to be able to be submerged in sanitizer. Well, this little sink here, unless you've got small utensils, you're not going to submerge them completely 100% into the sanitizer, whereas I can submerge them in this. Now, for the most part, the only thing that I'm going to be needing to wash will be things like tongs, serving spoons, and knives. Everything else will, for the most part, be disposable aluminum pans and that sort of thing. Okay, this is my meat prep table over here. Strictly for getting meat ready to go on the smoker. Then once everything is on the smoker and it has been cleaned and sanitized, then I will bring back out cooked meat and put it on that table for breakdown into serving sizes. And these are my serving tables, which I've purchased. And then, of course, we've got the smoker over here. And holy cow! When I just sit and think about all the work and labor that has gone into this thing, from start to finish, it's kind of amazing, actually, to be at the point where I'm at now. Because this is probably one of the most complicated projects from start to finish that I've ever tackled. And I'm a little bit, kind of, sort of, in awe of myself because not only while I was doing this, I've been working another job as a paralegal. I have a degree, a paralegal degree. I've also just within the last month, I completed another associate's degree in business administration. And on September 21st, I am going to start another degree, which will be finishing out a bachelor's degree for social media marketing. And so, holy smokes, to say that I've been busy, you just can't imagine how busy I've been. And folks, so those of you that have stayed and watched all through my videos, I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to me, I highly would recommend going back and maybe watching it if you're interested. I'll link to the first smoker build video. I'll put a card here. I'll also put a link into my sink build videos here. I'll put a card in there for that as well. So I'm going to wrap this up. I just wanted to show everybody. I got some. This is additional storage. This is for getting the stuff to the site to get it operational. So I'm going to end this, and thanks for watching, folks. Stay tuned. There is more to come.